Hello everyone, how good of you to join once again to Anno 2205 back here at our cute little settlements that we have so far. And well, cute is probably the right word, and it's definitely not a good word when it comes to megacities that we need. Now, well, what I want to finally achieve is we want to get to the mainland, right? For that, however, we still lack a couple of resources. Actually, only 174,000 credits is actually getting higher, I think, and the constructor bots. Now, the constructor bots, actually, that's a problem. We're exporting them at the moment to get the credit balance that we have right now. Without it, we will be, well, actually bankrupt over time. So I do need to do something. I do need to expand my little settlement here as much as possible still, and we can actually do this by a few margins, so it's really not a whole lot that we can do. And as we can see, it's adjusting itself right away of what we can upgrade here in our beautiful settlement, and I have to be very careful here because I have no space anymore, right, where I could squeeze in more products. The rejuvenators we have, the neural implants are at 0 now. The water is at 3. I can still go ahead with a few more. Let's have those guys there. That's fine, and probably those guys there as well. I can even go further, so let's just have a little downtown here. Now neural implants is negative. We have reached level 10, and that's what I wanted to reach. With that, we have increased our fleet size, 55,000 credits. And I think we also got a new title. That's right, the local business. So at least there is something new and exciting happening. And plus, well, the town is looking much more beautiful because of that. And we're only at tier 3. There's more to come. Now, with that, we have the money to finally... Oh no, we don't. Why do we not have that? We do need a construction ship close by, so that's my fault. Let's get a construction ship over there. And another thing that I will need to do now is, yeah, we need to cancel this constructor bot trade route here because I'm going to need those robots then rather soon. Done. This, of course, once again is, well, reducing my balance there because we are not selling the robots anymore that I need to do. Now, let's just go back here, and there we have it. Claim the area.
That happens on your new island
Perfect. There we have it, finally. And we are now in, well, on the main island, where we want to go, where we want to create something massive. Money-wise, not that bad with the upgrade here. And of course, as always, I would like to start with, well, a bigger road that we can do here. Now, as we expand, we can see, well, we have a lot of space. What I need to do is, here I want to have city, obviously. So here we have now our little mountain industry then. So there we have the path for that. And we continue then into this area. This is basically going to be agrarian industry and stuff like that. Basically everything that we need that is not directly connected with the city itself. Yeah. That's costing me quite a bit. There we have still some coastal sites that I can use, and I should use them. Very important. We don't have a whole lot of that, so that's something. And here we can continue now with the 3-layered road, right? So in that case, and look at how big and beautiful this place is. There's so much stuff that we can build here with that beautiful sky. And the first thing that we can actually do now, that's something new, that is something we've unlocked, is the bigger residential complex, right? So we had the small one, and now we can go for the bigger ones, those guys here. Before I go with them though, let's just finish the road layout that we have in this area. Perfect, there we have it. And this one here is going to be the first smaller city now. What I can see right away is that we need water as always. So water is the first thing that is in demand. And I will also have a solar power panel right next to it. So that we have then... let's actually have it close here to the coastal side, right? That's another 500 energy that we need right away. And money-wise, we are pretty low. What I could do is I could probably sell something. Yes, we can sell some fine food. That's a bit of money. Yeah, organic food is not selling well, but 40,000 at least we have out of that. Rice is fine though. The water is fine. Let's get cracking on the first buildings here. So it's basically the big ones now that we can plan in this area, right? There we have a block, and that's going to be lots of people in these blocks. They also cost me more construction materials, obviously, but the good thing is we have all of that. At least for now, at least as long as I'm not selling it. We should be fine on that. Next up would be right away an information center. So that's something we can have here. And let's actually have another double road in this area. I think this, yep, this is going to work out. Another one here. So a little plaza or a little, well, bigger crossing that we have, where we then have one of these information centers like this one. On the other side, we might just go for a police station right away, but yep, they are expensive, so I'm not going to place it yet. We can only think of where it's going to be, most likely. Next up, probably more houses in this area. The cool thing is we can, you know, use the smaller ones then as well if we want to. So I'm just having the major road in there, and there's something greenish. Very good. Also, this block is finished. Let's have another road. There we have now plenty of space for police station, probably another service building and a park or something like that, like here. But as you know, parks are rather expensive at the moment. I cannot afford too many of them. How's it looking with my goods, by the way? Yep, rice is going down now. And with that one, oh, organic food at least is completely down. That's something. There we have a smaller ground then once again for something greenish, and I might just finish this one here too. Right, like so. Perfect. And yep, we can actually now go ahead with the next production that we need then for organic food. That is the rice, that is the water. Of course, we should have a depot now at all times, especially when it's so far away from the main warehouse, the main area. And we should never forget that we have those mining sites as well that we're going to need to exploit. That's that one. And then we could now start the rice production on a larger scale. So we do have, as we can see, the space for it. I think we might have the rice then in this area, like so. And then the modules right next to it, like so. So we can have quite a lot of these modules then side by side. Now, one thing that's definitely lacking a bit is still my biopolymer production. We do have still a bit of space over here. That's a good thing. Let's just see once again the bioresin that we need. That's actually over here. So I might just add another one, perfect, into this little corner to upgrade my biofuel that we need. And then we do need our biopolymer production, and as we can see, perfect for that. We can squeeze it in, and perhaps one more. One more is not possible. This is really the end of it, but that's already 30 biopolymers that we produce now, so that should be quite fine. There we have the next one, and we can see we are rather comfortable with the balance right now. I might though still need also another coastal side, most likely. That is something we can actually have then over there. Righto. So water is something that is very, very limited, and we probably will need to import all of that at some point. But for now, we can do with the water that we have. The rice is there. Now up to the organic food that we have, rice and water. And organic food is a rather smaller factory, so we might just have a lot of them in this area then, right next to this warehouse there. We can start with the next modules then, like so. And that's only the beginning, so we can still have a few more here then.
This is what happens to those who oppose it.
Oh, and also now the Arctic is under siege. He's getting a bit more aggressive in that case. I do have materials again and consumption goods. Let's go to the Arctic. While we wait for the reinforcements to arrive, let's increase our molybdenum production, so that I can then also start with my neuro implants.
Fleet arriving.
There's the fleet coming in, unfortunately not stronger. So we need to be very careful. There's actually lots of smaller ships. Smaller ships, there they are. I would like to get some smaller ships first. They drop items, and we can use these items against the bigger ships then. And we should definitely be very careful about that dreadnought or battleship or whatever you might call it. They're doing terrible, terrible damage to everything that is holy in this world. Very good. That's the first one. That's the next one. We are taking heavy damage.
Consumer analyses show
canned food is low again.
Battle stations, they're attacking.
I'm not doing a whole lot of damage there, unfortunately. There's a bit of fuel. We need to get every single fuel pile that we can grab, because that's going to provide some defense then for us at some point. A bit more fuel again. Very good. There's still one more. Alright, another smaller battle there. Now we can actually repair my ships, and I should definitely consider doing that now. Very important. Okay. Those guys. There we have the missiles. Let's use them. Very good. And that's actually it. This time it was a bit easier than last time, right? So the siege is over. We do, however, still have some problems in Achaea flows. First of all, workforce is recovering. That's good. Let's check the newer implants. We have the molybdenum. Money-wise, we don't have that much money. I was hoping for a bit more. But we can sell some fine food there once again. Let's do that. Get a bit of money in. 67,000 we have. And this should enable us to have at least a few more of these modules here. Probably, let's just see, because I definitely would like to have more houses than in this area. So let's have the next factory actually up and running already, and we might have this one here, I guess, because then we can still squeeze in some more houses. Or like this, and we can have the houses on either side. Then we actually get more out of it. Let's have it like that. And we should afford 2 of them. Righto. The only thing, once again, is energy now. We have the solar collectors, or solar power panels here as well. So I should definitely use one of these. Yeah, in this area, because there is not that much heat. Right, so we can use this one very nicely. Just here, perfect. And have a little road connection to it. That should give me the energy that we need. Actually, with the energy, it's a bit easier than it was without the modding. So that's at least something, right? We should not have such a hardship everywhere. And the cool thing is, I can now have these rows of houses next to the production area, right? So like that. It's a bit loud around it, I guess, but it's doing the trick. And we are out of money once again. Let's just check all the resources. Canned food is another thing that's out. We are exporting fish at the moment to Wildwater Bay, to the capital. Of course, that's hurting us in this area too. Let's just see. We don't have enough money for the fishery anymore. Canned food production.
No way I can turn that
at least 2 times we should be able to sell. Perfect. And that's at least 1 more module. And hopefully... that's barely doing the trick. Now that's working out. But as we can see, money is completely over. Another cool thing though is we have finally reached the first 10,000 people. So on our way to, let's say, 500,000, we are at 10,000. That's at least something. Very good. I don't think we need to do anything else here. We do have more neural implants now though, so we can adjust the trade route accordingly. So we can just get a bit more of that over to Wildwater Bay. And with 11, we do have a healthy, well, room now before we need to expand the production. Back in Wildwater Bay. So here we have our new settlement. I think good-wise we are totally fine, and I can actually now continue with some more houses on either side. So here, that's probably it, and we could have a little park there. There we can have more houses, and hopefully, how should I do this one here? I might just go ahead and make this one. Yep, that's actually possible. And here we can then have the connection with the information center that we have in the center. We do need that quite a bit. And then we can continue also with more houses in this area. Another level up to 11 since we have gotten a few more people. And this might all just be a city here, to be honest. So we can, yep, as they already want, we can have another community center here, or information supply center. This one, at this corner here. And then we can continue with that. Bear in mind though, it doesn't matter how high the balance is right now. We're never going to have enough money. I can already feel that. So we do have some money problems already. And that's only going to increase over time. Let's have some more blocks here. So this is rather Anno typical. We are spamming level 1 houses again before we can unlock new stuff. So mass scale is what we need in this area. Mass scale production and people. There we can actually squeeze in... actually, Yeah. Let's get rid of that road there. Let's make this one double road going down there. I think this is better. And then we can still squeeze in a few more in that area. And then the smaller ones to finish off this little area there. That's fine for now, I hope. I hope we're still looking halfway good. Yep, the water is completely out once again. That would be my next target then. So we can have the next desalination plant with some more modules, another 10. Yep, we could probably import water soon from the space station. But even then we need to be very careful about how much we actually want to import and export, as that is a vital thing here. There's a bit of information lacking. Otherwise it's looking good. We can actually afford now to continue. Yeah, I would still like to spam more houses. This seems rather boring at the moment, spamming all those houses, but it's going to pay off in the long term. So let's just do this one. We have the materials for that, and that's pretty cool, so that we can grow in these areas. And I will probably have another information center here. This should work out. Yep, another information center just over there, like so. Ah, beautiful panorama that we have. And yep, more biopolymers need to come in. For now, 8,000, that's just looking dandy. That's just looking really good until we see the beef production popping up. That's going to be a problem again. Information center is going to have a smaller park around it. Over here then, we see now a major crossing, right? So this is a major road. This is going to be a big one here, right? So there we're going to have the biggest service buildings available. Probably also then the corporate headquarter monument at some point. So I'm definitely going to have some more triple roads in this area, as we continue down into that area as well. Let's go ahead and also have our police station here in the center. Now, the police station, there's actually another bigger building. Yep, the train station, the metro station. Probably going to get rid of those houses there to have the metro station in this area, right? We're going to need this rather soon, so why not just get rid of those buildings now? The police we can have there. And let's also go ahead and upgrade those bigger houses here now.
The transfer route suffers from inadequate supply of goods.
And those are going to be some massively beautiful tier 4 houses then later on. That I could probably still do. Level 12 with that. We're getting a real cash influx for now. Happy to see that. Vitamin drinks is out now though, and the rejuvenators as well. So we also need to think about long-term solutions now about vitamin and rejuvenators. Of course, I cannot have all of them here on this island. We still have a couple of small islands in the surrounding. 85,000 credits seems like a lot. I might actually settle on one of these smaller islands here as well, just for the production. There we have lots of coastal sites, so I can use this for my algae production. Yep, this is going to be my rejuvenator center. For now, at least.
Copy that.
While the ship is on its way, let's also start with our fruit plantations. Now, I still have a whole lot of space on that side, so we might actually... Nah. Now I'm not going to have production over there. What I can do is with the fruit, I can still spam in a lot of fruit now here. And fruit is something that I'm going to get from another world then completely, right? So we can still use that now here, like so. And then we can have quite a few of them here next to each other. I will probably, yep, need another warehouse in the area. So many details in these houses. It's fantastic. And then we're also going to have the vitamin condenser. Oh, and at the same time, energy is a problem again. So as you can see, it's all playing together. Let's have another solar collector on this side. Right, so that's a bit more energy. Of course, I cannot spam them all the time because they're taking in a rather huge radius. So at some point, we just will have to find alternatives to all of that wind power and solar power. There we have now the next vitamin condensers or productions. That's one, and I can definitely squeeze in another one here. Then we're actually out of it again, but 47 of the vitamins. 130,000, we can claim this.
Make sure everything that happens on your
There we have it. That was rather expensive. I hope I don't have to purchase another island again in the near future, because they are getting only more expensive now. Let's connect those coastal sites with it. And then we could actually also have, what I should definitely have is right away another warehouse on that side. Alrighty, since we now have a bit more energy and the money for it, let's go ahead and go with the next algae farm that we have. Let's just make it the 4 modules full. And then, well, the rejuvenators are actually one of the more complex ones now, since we do actually need 2 steps before we can go with rejuvenators. So we do need, first of all, these synth cell incubators. So I'm going to need a lot of them in this area, right? So there we have one. Then I'm actually going with the next one right away, so we can squeeze them in like that. And let's just see how many. This one and this one. Righto, 56, and I will probably have another one just here. But that's the end of it. Yes. And then, well, we do need the rejuvenators. World market news. We also get some new stuff here. By the way, world market news. That is here, the world market. That is the stock market. We still need a bit more time to unlock this one. Once we have it, we could purchase then shares from the other companies. I think we could already take over sectors. But look at that, 1.9 million. This one costs me.
Yes.
1 million. So this would be a bit easier. Viridian Coves.
Welcome. How are you today?
Walbrook Basin, 1.6 million. That is far outside of our reach. No can do. What we can do, however, is getting ahead with the rejuvenators. Let's have the next ones then right here. And I guess we're going to do it like that. And yes. And one of them is actually already enough to completely deplete my synth cell production. But we're at 59 now. Of course, money-wise, we are also down. And what do I do when I'm out of money? Well, I'm just upgrading more buildings. Basically, we can afford that. We could also go ahead and upgrade them to the executives already, if I want to. Right, this is what one of our first really mass-produced items looks like. That's 280 rice, but we really do need that much because of the organic food factory, right? So that's something. And we do have already one here, so I can now add a few more of them in this area. Unfortunately, they also need water. So this is only increasing our water shortage that we have. So I'm really running out of that here soon. That is why we need to keep a pretty high balance, because water is very expensive, especially when we want to import it then. Let's just have a look that we are not overreaching it here, because water is also something that we still, after all, need. That we still have that, that, and that. And I can and should have then a few more here as well. But 19 water as the surplus, that's probably something to keep in mind. Let's go back to the city. We have super alloys for now, so I might actually go ahead and upgrade more to executives. Neural implants is at -5. That's of course because of the siege right now in Akia Flows, where we do need to destroy 17 ships. Not something I'm going to do so quickly. Let's upgrade those guys. They're paying really well overall. The executives and the buildings just look amazing. The big ones. Level 14 with that. Let's just check it. Do we have... Nope, we don't have the metro station yet. So that would be something. And we have unlocked the next production chain, which is already consisting of 3 parts before we can go for luxury food. So we don't need the beef, the wine. And the beef actually needs the soy farm and the soy beans. That's really expensive. The one workshop costs 45,000 credits. I don't have anywhere near that money to sustain a production for it. That means we need a better economy first. It's probably something then that we can have on that side. And since I'm still waiting now on a few more biopolymers, I might also go ahead and just destroy that occupation there. But so far so good. Our megacity is now really starting to form. Stay tuned.